If you're easily triggered by people who don't have a taste for completely cucked humor and a desire to bow before anyone calling me a racist, then get the fuck out of here. I'd rather tattoo a dick right above my ass, on my spine, than have you sub to me thinking I'm going to listen to babbling about how offended people get. So, just, get the fuck out of here. Even though he's an otaku with a Jesus beard and a Jesus haircut. Someone told me I look like Digibro with these glasses on. You know what? I think you're off your fucking rocker. So in case you people whom they call content creators didn't know, you weren't always such a wonderful person, or you weren't always as autistic as you are now, depending on when you started YouTube, or even joining this fucking fuckwad of every cancer known to the bastion of information called the internet. You know, the kind of information that can be more damaging to a politician's career than some loser weeaboo getting his anal cavities fucked and creamed by some transvestite male-to-female bitch with a 12-inch dragon penis in a fucking lesbian, LGBT feminist porn made by some weeaboo cuck who wants to make hentai. Instead of just, staying the same, you change over time. And what I mean by this is that when you start YouTube at a younger age, like I did, then, you tend to start out being very impressionable. My first YouTube account was back probably in 2007 or 2008. I was still in school, and I wasn't anywhere near as mentally damaged by political correctness infecting free humor than I am now. Back then I was probably going through what I consider the phase that all fans of Japanese culture and media go through. The only thing that makes a weeaboo worth hating is when they cancerously let it infect their lives to the point where they do nothing but use Kamen Rider and Super Sentai memes and compliment forum users with "Sasuga, Anon-san." It's so disgustingly cringeworthy, and they tend to be left-leaning retards that you begin to think that any weeaboo who speaks so much Nihongu is a fucking feminist too, considering how often they talk about misogyny in forum posts and ask if something is sexist. And yes, I did say Nihongu. I did not say Nihongo. I said Nihongu, because English is not called English. So when I say Nihongu, it's like, the American equivalent of Japanese people speaking English. I can't tell you how many forum posts I've seen lurking Crunchyroll about a year ago that were about sexism against women, and how anytime I'd make a reply to someone about men's issues, they'd blow it off and talk about how a biased court in favor of women isn't misandry and sexism. Sometimes I really wish these weeaboos would really just kill themselves, but then I remember that it's all just dark, dirty, gritty humor on the internet, meant to spread a point. Sometimes. Other times I really do wish people would kill themselves, like Keemstar, because if I can't do it legally, then he should do it himself. Just kidding. Not. But being back on track, I was younger, I was more easily fooled by the idea of going to college, getting a degree in something useful, and then coming out a man with something to live for. But then I found out that there is no such thing as a useful degree if it means having to sit through a giant AIDS-infested Orwellian nightmare of a lecture so much that I may as well be a big, fat, fucking pig in a barn being fed toxic waste through a mechanical tube being powered 24/7 by Chin Chin's chromosomes. After those days, I went and got closer and closer to the internet cancer-ridden, talentless piece of Kim Kardashian's exfoliated skin that I'd like to call an anti-left comedian. After reaching the age of 26, I can tell you that I genuinely do not give a fuck about your first world feelings. I genuinely find it vomit-inducing to see people apologize and cry that they hurt some bitch's Pop-Tart of a heart when they wore a shirt that didn't make her feel like the most beautiful, fuckable woman on the planet. No one would give a fuck if I complained about being ugly and hideous, so why should I? I'd rather become a genuine, non-satirical lolicon than give a fuck about your first world feelings. And by genuine lolicon, I mean one that's real. Not one that, makes a bunch of jokes. Of course, neither of those are gonna happen because I have a gun. Scratch that, actually. Make it 3 guns. And 2 of them are definitely gonna keep anyone from making me do anything like that. My 3rd pistol, however, is what I'm going to use to knock up every anime waifu you can imagine, and cuck them from every cheap, wish fulfillment protagonist that you ever wished you could be.
Ace of spicy sausage!
Hell, even the lesbian anime girls are so lipstick that there's no way that they aren't sucking some alpha male's cock on the side.
They're desperate and throwing themselves at Jotaro to get a good injection from his Joestar 50 BMG while he shouts about ora, ora, ora!
Yare yare daze. I mean, come on, back on topic, even someone like
PewDiePie!
Didn't start off being as fucking disease-ridden as he is now. PewDiePie ain't even the most evil person on the planet. But he's so fucking desperate to keep his YouTube channel going that he'll let YouTube tell him what kind of person he can and can't be. And that's bad. Not because he wants to be a bad person, but because YouTube wants him to be a liberal retard who's so afraid of making politically incorrect humor that even his shadow making a joke about Home Depot and Mexicans would make him want to commit seppuku in the name of a Mexican who probably makes more money working at Home Depot than he ever did back home. Unless he was a wetback who deals in cocaine and cocaine accessories. If he is that kind of Mexican, then you know he's rolling in some heavy dough. But either way, we don't tend to stay the same. From the beginning, for people who started young, we started being impressionable. That's stage 1. Then we started developing into who we are now. Whether it means becoming a cancerous, uncucked retard, or a cucked autist who spews whatever quotes feminism wants us to say, it's all the same in a way. It's all about that change. The third stage, you could say, is when you're so dead set in staying who you are that you're willing to fight someone who demands otherwise with a pair of brass knuckles and riot gear just to make sure that you win. Alrighty, Keemstar! I'm gonna fuck you up!
Nigger!
So yeah, sign me up for a celebrity beatdown when I get big, because I'm ready to catch me a Faramir and Wing Chun his ass back into the ocean. Yeah. But anyways, that's been my video, this, I guess, rant. I'm triggered, so I'm just gonna go jump into a TV screen and see if I land in Weeaboo land and have a harem of your favorite anime lesbos.
Hopefully you don't drown in your own goddamn tears, you fucking Weeaboo.
I refuse to go along with this, and I'd see through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!